Welcome back to another shot hunting video.
Look at that big old boy.
Old rub right there. Well, find number one of the day is not a shed, but it's indeed like a little open spot there. I think that's number 20. Let's go. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to another shot hunting video. Well, I think this is gonna be a fun one. We are actually, this is on the other farm. This is the second farm of two, and I've actually never found a shed over here. So that's the goal for this video, is to try to find a shed over here. I've done a little bit over here this year so far, not much, but we got to go down the bottom of this bank here that we're at the top of now. So it's pretty, we probably got about 500 yards to the bottom, maybe a little less than that. But we are going down there in some thick pines, and for this, we're also doing a little bit of turkey scouting here too. There's a whole bunch of birds out this bank, and we're gonna try to figure out a way to hunt them this year. So I think it's gonna be fun. Let's get to it. Okay, this happens every video. Well, it happened last video. Anyways, just got to the bottom of this bank, and we were walking through some of this really wet, watery stuff here around me, and I just kind of looked up and saw some shiny tines right there. Some nice little tines right there sticking up. So let's go get an ATL and we'll get a video. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, definitely shed pretty early, as you can see there, but I know what deer this is. He had an inline point earlier in the year, and you can see it broke off, but not bad. Just a little guy laying right here. As you can see how steep that bank is all at the top, but yipper, keep piling. That's number 18 for the year. 2 more for that goal, boys and girls. Let's get her done. Yeah, guys, we're just walking some of this real thick stuff here. Just found this guy right up there, and we're just walking some of this thick stuff, thick bottom stuff, trying to follow what trails. Oop, just almost fell. Trying to follow what trails are here, like this right here, going right out across over this way. What's come through some of this thick bottom stuff here. Just trying to cover as much as I can with my feet, and hopefully that this guy, because he's very white, can stick out pretty good to the other side of this guy somewhere, or even just come up upon a different buck. But that is the first shed at the other farm, so that is awesome. First shed of the year over there, and my first ever shed I found at this farm. So we're gonna see if we can't get any more while we keep walking through some of this thicker stuff. And we got a pond right down here and below us that you know, maybe buck that shed late when the pond was open. Maybe we ought to drop the shed around it. Pretty textbook right here. Scrape, nice rub right here, and we're gonna head up right up over that log and then just straight out. Alrighty, guys, big old rub right there. Just about to get into some real thick pines here, and once we get there, we'll turn around, we'll come back. Let's do it. Alrighty, guys, on one of our 4 food plots, or 5 food plots, and this is just a food plot here. That's the hut we shot the doe out of in the archery season, and we're walking this edge here. Mainly you see this trail, it comes up, and there's this ditch right here, and you can see this one trail right there, and these deer, when they have to cross this, they'll jump it. So we're just trying to check and see if there's anything in this ditch at all, or on the edges of it where these bucks would have dropped it going to and from this food plot. I think we're gonna go out around here, and then we'll do one pass up through the middle, and then maybe we'll jump in the woods and do a good pass up top in here, and then head back, and that'll be it for the day. Good turkey scratchings right here. Big rub right there. Big scrape there and there. And if you guys remember one of the videos, we used to stand up in that center tree up there. This year we can see this trail that they're taking right up this thing, and looks pretty good right here. This is all south facing, so definitely could run into something here at some point, but yeah, I think we're just gonna follow this main trail down to about that point out there, and then we're gonna go up through and head back. audio ain't gonna be good, but right there they are. Look at that big old boy. 2 of them right there. Big old Toms right in the pasture. Got a cow there, some more cows there. And yep, they are right there. There's a bunch of them nice in there. So hopefully we can kill them. Alrighty guys, quality is a little different. We are on the GoPro because it's going to be raining a little bit today, but it's the next day and we're back in looking for some sheds back on the home farm. And we're just going to do this one ridge out through here and then head in and probably go down over the bank by the creek and walk back out the other way that we haven't went yet. And hope to find some deer that went down to the creek before the creek, or before everything else unthawed to get some water. So that's where we're headed. Alrighty guys, a little bit of rain, but nothing bad. We're just walking through some of this pine stuff here. It's real thick, nasty stuff. We decided not to go all the way down over today because once we got going, it started raining pretty good. And coming back up out, it's gonna be a pain with how wet it is. So we decided not to go down over today. We're gonna let it, maybe next weekend when it's a little bit drier, hopefully. But we're just up on top of this first ridge and going out this thick stuff. And we're actually just off the food plot, but just down on the back side of it. So we're just trying to walk through some of this thick stuff and walk upon one. We'll see. She was better up into this pine tree. I don't know what she was doing, but look, I mean, look at it all right here. Yeah. Look at it all right here. This is all a bunch of does and bucks up here too. It's everywhere. There. Bunch there. Crazy. Alright guys, so the rain has let up. So we're gonna head down. We're almost down to the bottom of the bank now. And we got some turkeys down here. I haven't got my eye on them yet, but they're down here calling. They can't be more than 70 yards below me here. But we're about to this bottom log road, so we're gonna walk out a little ways. And then I jump up 50 yards and go back out the other way. So, see. Alrighty guys, got one, number 19, laying right here. So I was walking just to the bottom of this creek down here, and it's actually just off the road. I don't know how Dad missed it when he was walking it, but this is what the logging road looks like. Logging road here, right out there, and the last one that we found, the longer spot, was just out there a little ways, and he must have walked right by it, but it lays right here. That's gonna be pretty cool. Just a little guy. Yeah, ooh, the squirrels got to that one a little bit. But yeah, let's get a picture and I'll get a pickup. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah. Just a little guy. Yeah, squirrels definitely already got to him there. You can see they chewed him pretty bad. First one of the year that's been actually chewed a little bit, but not bad. Number 19, which means the next one is going to be our goal maker. That's pumping me up. I'm getting really, really excited. The next one's going to be the 20, the big 20 that we wanted. So I definitely got a really good feeling we could definitely find it right down here on this bottom by the bank. So fingers crossed. Well, gosh, probably it for today. Just got this little guy right here. We're almost up out of here. Got probably another 100 yards. Not bad. Do just want to check a little bit of this thick stuff. Ooh, jeez, almost go down. A little bit of thick stuff here. We're down here where Reese's buck died. So I'm gonna see if any other nice buck moved in the winter for the food source and drop these sheds down here. So If not, we'll probably see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Monday, but I have a half day at school. We're gonna get out of school. We're going shed hunting. Well, I guess one last thing before we go. Look at this scrape. Oh my goodness. That is huge. Like, there's the top. Giant scrape. Alright. See you guys tomorrow. Yeah, what is up, everybody? Back, more shed hunting. It is, I believe, the 29th of March here. Going by quick. We're on a little permission piece here. And looks really good, just above a creek. Got some pines in here above us. Beautiful deer trail I'm on right here. I mean, just look at this. Right where these deer are crossing the road. Right there. Cross road, and there's this man-made path that they're walking right out and stuff. So, really excited for this one. Pretty small piece, but definitely big enough for some sheds. Good thermal cover, so see what we find. Well, find number one of the day is not a shed, but it is indeed a little golf ball. Be able to take that out this summer and go tee off with that. So, I mean, just some this really thick, like bamboo, like kudzu looking stuff here, and that's the creek right there. Creek that runs right through. So we're gonna try to make our way through some of this stuff, but lots of pretty good sign. Quite a few beds and stuff through here, so good sign. Some buck poop, not as much as I was really expecting, but again, we've only hardly covered any of this yet, so just take the right. Oh well, as I spoke, that might be bear poop, I don't know, but yeah, we'll keep trucking. Alrighty guys, we got like a little open spot there, and I think that's one laying right there. Let's go see. I'm really hoping it is. That'll be number 20. Alrighty guys, it is in fact a shed. Let's go. Beautiful old one, not bad size either. So let's get a picture here. We'll go pick up. Here we go. Oh yeah, nice oldie, very old. You can see that. Either last year, maybe even the year before, but not bad. Number 20, let's go. That was the goal. Got her done. This is only the third old one of the year, so that means we found 17 freshies. Not bad. See if we can't find a couple more today. Alrighty guys, well, as you probably tell, we're back at the house now, but yeah, so that's probably gonna do it for this video, and probably shed hunting for the year. But actually we made out very good. We ended exactly on the goal that I wanted to hit, which was 20, so that's awesome. But we're gonna show you guys every single shed, and from smallest to biggest here. Alright, so starting off small, a couple little guys. This guy was actually the second shed of the year. That guy was in the food plot. Match set here, one of our 2 match sets, could be 3, I'll explain that in a little bit here. But yeah, it's just kind of a little wonky spike guy there. This one was in the food plot, this one was just off the food plot. And then little guy here, that's an old one from last year, just off a food plot. This guy was also in the hay. So yeah, that guy was in the hay, this guy was in the hay. This guy was in the food plot. And this guy was actually our second to last year, this is number 19, the chewed one there. That's pretty cool. Coming clear over here. This guy was just off the food plot in a bed. And this is the one that could be a match set. So these guys were actually only like probably 80 yards apart. You see their coloration is very similar and their bases are pretty similar. But this guy broke off there. So you see this beam kind of droops down a little bit here. And I don't know quite if that one done it. So maybe, maybe not. But this guy was found first and that guy was found a little later. Right on by the creek. And then this guy was my first ever shed at the other farm. You can see he had an inline point there. Lots of pictures of this deer this year. He must have broke that off fighting. That's pretty cool. Now our second match set right here, the little 9-pointer. That guy was in the hay spot and that guy was like 40 yards off the hay spot. So that deer was a pretty home deer to the hay. This guy was actually over here by the house, under a big old cedar, if you guys remember that one. That was a pretty cool find. And then we're over here. This is the latest one from today. Giant beam on that guy, broke that point off. But yeah, pretty cool, number 20. That guy got the gold done for us. Definitely a last year shed. You can see the coloration's pretty out of there. But this guy was the first shed of the year, the big old 6. I figured we'd actually match that guy up, but we never did. He must have been traveling a little bit more than we thought in the wintertime, but that's okay. Found his one side in the hay. This guy was last year's shed. Pretty good history this year. We know what year this is. One that Grandpa missed there up in rifle season this year, but not bad, pretty good one. Second biggest of the year. And then you guys know the biggest shed of the year. This nice 8-point. This guy was in the hay a lot, and this was found probably 150 to 200 yards from the hay. But yeah, just very healthy deer, as you guys can see there. Very healthy, pretty heavy deer. Just an all-around good deer. I think that deer scored, I think it was a 51-inch shed. This one was like 49 and some change. But yeah, other than that, great year for the sheds. It's the most sheds I've ever found in a year, so I'm happy with it. We're gonna get back after it. More videos to come, turkey season and stuff. Lots of fun videos planned. We got some decap broadheads for turkeys. Really excited. We're shooting them a little bit today, and should have a video coming out in a couple weeks on those. So anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the shed hunting series. This is the final part. But yeah, have a good one, guys. See you guys next one.